Welcome home, family, and fellow citizens of the African order. I'm here with another video. First, I want to talk about this coronavirus, and then we're going to get into it. About 2 weeks ago, I was looking at the death toll for Michigan, and it was around 250. I looked at it last night, and it's now saying it's like 570. These deaths are piling up at a rapid pace. I want everybody to take this serious, exercise all necessary precaution, washing your hands, sanitizing, social distancing. Do whatever you got to do to get on the other side of this horrific event. I need everybody to do that. That being said, the topic of this video is the intent of this country is clear. When you look at the history of this country from slavery to this COVID-19, one thing is abundantly clear. This country respects no bounds when it comes to the relentless pursuit for money and power. They would enslave Africans and force them to work for free to increase their profit. They would rape, murder, hang men, women, and children to obtain their goal. They would fight wars for their God, gold, oil, and diamond. Even today, during this coronavirus pandemic, they are holding states hostage by sending vital resources through brokers who force governors to bid on these resources so they can allocate them to their patients to maximize their dollar, their earning potential. These people respect life at no level. When they asked Donald about why are you brokering these resources, his response was he's recognizing the normal channels in allocating these to the states. But these are not normal times. You could have sent these straight to the hospital so they can go straight to the patients whose lives are hanging in the balance, as opposed to having them send them to someone who's putting them in a position where now governors has to go into some bidding war, and you got to wait to see who's going to outbid the other while people are dying in hospital beds. They're backing up refrigerator trailers, dumping bodies in because they're dying so quickly. This country would also, during war, they would have oil tankers sitting offshore, waiting for the price of oil to go up. These oil tankers will hold 84 million gallons of oil. And they'll wait until the stock market go up to get as much money, much profit as they can, regardless of what oil shortage, gasoline shortage there is in this country. Hospitals need ambulances to get patients to and from. People need their vehicles to get back and forth to work, get their children back and forth to school. That means nothing to them. They're going to sit there and they're going to wait and they're going to deliver this oil at the most premium price they can. Yeah, the intent of this country is crystal clear. And also the hypocrisy of this country is clear. If you or I had something that this country or government needed or wanted, they would exercise eminent control or eminent domain and take from you what they want and then give you what they feel is a fair price, which would be a lot less than you would have got on the open market. If I did what Bill Gates did, walked around preaching that the world is overpopulated, there's too many people on the planet. This is setting up for a pandemic, a global pandemic that'll reduce the world's population. And then shortly after that exact thing occur, I would be locked up in jail right now, or at the very least, a person of interest. But because Bill Gates does it, he's prophetic. But I'm wondering, how did Bill Gates able to foresee this? And you have institutions, the CIA, the FBI, the FDA, Google, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, all these information gathering entities. And nobody has heard anything about no coronavirus to warn the people of the country. All these, well, the FBI, the CIA, the Army, Navy, they have one charge: to safeguard the people. And not one of them came back with any warning to tell us to protect the people of this pandemic. The intent of this country is clear. Now you increase you get this pandemic here, and now you want to hold people hostage to sell off the ventilators. And now that it's here, we have to get used to this new normal of self isolation, self quarantining, social distancing, just to get this pandemic over with. And the commercials now are saying the sooner we stay apart, the sooner we can come back together. Well, I'm telling my people this: that is 100% true. The sooner we stay apart, the sooner we can get back together. But when we come back together, our new normal cannot be resemblance to the old normal, where we have no ownership and control over any entity that safeguards and protects our way of life. John 10:27 says, I know my sheep, they know me and they listen to me. During these tragic times, we need a voice that speaks to us and specifically for us to help us navigate through these trying times. We don't have that now, but we can get it. Exercise all necessary precaution. Do whatever you can do to get on the other side of this horrific incident. And when we come back together, this is going to be a new normal that this country is going to have to get used to. A new normal. They no longer control and own everything that we do. We are going to be the steward keepers of our interests. It is no coincidence that up under each and every category that safeguard or determines the quality of life in this country, blacks are last in. It is no coincidence that we are last and the people who owns and control them are white. It is impossible to own and control your interests and be last in it. You would have to operate totally outside of your interests. And we are not that stupid. So when we do come back together, we need to be just as vigilant, just as determined as these people are. They have released this pathogen that is killing people indiscriminately around the world just to obtain their goal. We do not have to do anything nowhere near that to safeguard and protect our way of life. We are people totally opposite of them. But we cannot realize this potential while they still have us by the leash, controlling everything we go, everything we do. So when this thing is over with, if you don't know or trust me enough to invest and join my movement, take this message to somebody who you do know and trust and give it to them and let them implement it. I will give them all the information they need. I want this to work. I don't have to head this. I really don't. I will either run it or I will be a part of it. Either way, but this we cannot go back to business as usual. Our new normal need to be every institution from health, education, employment, political, judicial. We need to have our face right there so our children can look up and see a person that looks like them in charge. This is going to restore the pride and the faith and the love that our people need desperately. This is something we're going to be able to pass on for generation after generation. I can't do this alone. I need your help. And if this coronavirus, if the result of the fear and the pain that we have associated with this, I've known several people who have died behind this. If the result of our pain and suffering does not culminate in the unification of our people, then our intent will be shown. I'm going to leave this video here. And with this video and all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people. I love you, each and every one of you. And I will see you in my next video. Ashe.